Markkanen, three-pointer. They get it back. Again, Markkanen missing. Barrett against Markkanen. And now here's George. Last game we saw him with 32 points. Here's Nurkic. And Nurkic throws it down.
Just disrespectful.
Close off the lane or he'll burn you.
Ooh, explosive crossover. How's that for a move?
All right, guys, we're lucky to have Shams Charania joining us now. Our 2K insider calling in with a story. What do you got, Shams?
Well, the Jazz have traded away a lot of their veterans, but all-star Lauri Markkanen still remains. After a down-shooting season a year ago, perhaps he needs to build his value back up around the league, or they would consider moving.
And I asked him how he wanted his players to guard him tonight, and he said we can't afford to lose sight of him out on the perimeter because he's a big that can really shoot it, especially when he's operating in the pick and roll. It'll be interesting to see how Markkanen fares against them in this one. Back to you.
Okay, thanks, Allie.
5 straight buckets to start the game. Off to a hot start.
George outside. Pass to Markkanen from outside the arc. And it's MP with a rebound. Toronto leading by 7. Quickly finds MP. That's it. Coming off an assist from Barnes. Pass to Markkanen. Back to George. And here's Bailey for 3. It's rebounded by Barrett. Here's Toronto with the ball. They're on a 15-6 run. MP, the pass to Pirtle. Back to MP. Down low. Tipped. Stolen by Anderson. Here's Bailey. Guarded by Quickly. Pass to Nurkic. It's Anderson on the wing. And here's Markkanen. Guarded by Barrett. And here's Bailey for 3. Pure from three-point range. Bailey's got his 3rd basket on the night right there. And Barrett has got the ball here for the Toronto Raptors. 6-point lead. And this is the first season matchup for him against this Utah team.
Not exactly the biggest game on the season schedule, but both
Takes a step in that direction.
So it's Toronto now, following the bucket by Utah. And MP throws it down.
Yeah, when we talk about MP's unlimited potential, we're referring to nights like this one.
We've got 33 seconds left in the first quarter. And Markkanen with the stuff.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick, no rotation. My goodness.
It's Markkanen on the wing. Back to George. Pass to Anderson. To the left wing. The 3 is up. Bailey's shot is off. Here's MP. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Man, good whistle there.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Free throw good. MP. That one falls, so he hits both of them. So it's Toronto with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. What has them in front right now? By and large, they're taking great shots. Back to the game after this break. Here's with some changes. Barnes, he's checked in for Mobo. R.J. Barrett comes in for Walter. And MP subbed in for Shed. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Here's Bailey. He's got 9. Nails it from beyond the arc. Bailey's got 12 points in the game.
Well, a good idea to set up Bailey. He's got that high release. He's such an exciting young player.
Dick and Barrett are the 2 and the 3. Then there's Barnes. Then it's MP. And it's Mamukelashvili in at the 5 spot. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors.
Really just a phenomenal performance from him. Here's hoping we see more of the same from him in this one, guys.
Thanks as always, Allie. Great report. Well, that was an incredible night for him. They rode him to that win.
Yeah, he was more than happy to carry them, BA. He might still be feeding off that performance heading into this one.
Well, there's no doubt. He certainly looked like he was enjoying himself in that last game. He had his offense flowing.
And Grant, when it comes to pure shot-making ability, scouts love Ace Bailey's natural tools.
Yeah, when he's taking good shots, he can carry the offense. He needs to get a little stronger and clean up a few things, but his upside as a scorer is tremendous.
Toronto making a switch here. Pirtle's checked in. In today's game, it seems like running a good offense can come down to getting favorable switches doors.
It does be.
Shot is good by Manu Kelashvili. And the Raptors lead by 6.
Such confidence as a passer. Hits guys in stride. It makes it look easy.
Markkanen outside. The three-pointer off the mark.
Stage of his career. Get to the rim and leave no doubt.
Markkanen outside. Pass to Collier. Utah moving the ball around. Here's Bailey. Now here's Anderson. Here's the three. The rebound by MP. MP's got 5 rebounds tonight. To the middle. Here's Pirtle. Cash. It's MP picking up the assist. MP's got 4 assists now tonight. Jazz trail by 10. Offensively, it's been a struggle for them.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
And Utah calls time here. And as the coaches draw up their strategies, the players staying hydrated with some Gatorade. That's key to keeping them at their best all the way up to the buzzer.
It really is. And every one of those players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Boy, he won't miss many of those, but it certainly happens and did there.
1:03 left in the first half of this one. Back to MP. Kicks it to Quickly. Just 5 to shoot. From deep, MP. The rebound by Markkanen.
After nailing 3 trays to start this game, he's gone silent here in the second quarter.
For 3, George. And there's the slam. Dunk to finish it off.
Man, that's a key bucket for Bailey, showing he can make a difference on the glass.
Quickly finds MP. Down low, MP drops it in.
And they're really working the paint now.
We've got 33 seconds left to play in the first half of basketball. Now here's George. Still without a bucket. Pass to Nurkic. And here's Anderson. Back to Markkanen. Utah needs to get off a shot here. Nurkic. Pirtle grabs a miss. Here's Barnes. It's in. Scotty Barnes.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly and capitalizing.
And so that's the end of the first half. Toronto out in front, up by 12. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Hello, everybody. Guys, how much does it mean for a player to win this?
It's a nice little confidence boost, but I always focused on rings.
And now, how about that first half? Talk about a dominating display for the Toronto Raptors.
Yeah, they're playing within themselves, getting to their spots and working the ball to whoever is open.
Efficiently building out that lead. And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head back down to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the third quarter.
with a big gap on the scoreboard. The second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Hey, you look at MP in this game, he's been everywhere.
He's hit shot after shot from deep. He's so locked in right now.
Well, he's in a great rhythm, looking comfortable and confident.
And so it's George with it. He brings it up for the Utah Jazz. A 12-point game. So the Jazz 5 right now. Lauri Markkanen out there with Kyle Anderson. Then there's Keontae George. Then it's Bailey. And it's Nurkic in at the center, locking down the middle. Lots of stretch bigs in the league, Doris. Lauri Markkanen is one of the best at spacing the floor.
What we know, BA, is that sweet shooting bigs with the kind of size that Lauri has are an invaluable tool in the modern game. Lauri can balance that shooting with his off-the-bounce game. He is the prototypical desired big in the league today.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Lauri Markkanen is a 7-footer with touch, but he can also attack off the dribble. Referencing comparisons to Dirk Nowitzki, he said, quote, when someone hits a fadeaway jumper, they say, that's the Dirk. Maybe someday I'll get the drag step to be called the Lauri. Guys, back to you.
That's a sweet move, too. All right, Allie, thanks for the report.
Boy, his scoring has been a huge part of their success here. But this is not new, right? We come to expect this every night.
Pass to Markkanen. There's the three. Rebound, Toronto.
Since halftime, they've missed 3 of their first 4 shots. Still trying to get their legs under them.
They swipe it. George outside. Here's Markkanen. Here's Bailey, covered by MP. The three. Bailey's shot is off.
I'll tell you, that's one he typically will make. The defense gets away with one.
From deep, MP gets the three to fall. MP's got 7 points here in the quarter.
The floor spacing ability on display by MP right there.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Nurkic up top, covered by Pirtle. Bailey's shot is off. Raptors lead by 17. And MP gets it to go on the assist by Barrett. MP's got 9 points here in the second half. For Utah, they've gone only 1 for 6 here in the second half. With a foul called on MP. That's foul number 2 for him. It's Markkanen on the wing. George feels it out a bit. Hits the trifecta. George has gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game.
And there's a nice rhythm to his three-point shot. George has a confident stroke.
Dick, he's checked in for Barrett. And a switch here also for Utah. Collier's checked in. Now here's MP. Give him 30. This one for 3. Dick, that's good.
He drops yet another dime. Just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Jazz trail by 19. Pass to Bailey. Now here's Anderson. Utah moving the ball around. Bailey's shot is off. 1:52 left in the third quarter. Here's MP. And it's Toronto with another.
Well, dependability, right? That is not wasting possessions. This is all about taking and making good shots.
Here's Collier. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Collier's got his first basket. 1:21 left to play in the third quarter. MP with it. Guarded now by Anderson. Dick, the pass to MP. 2 points. That one goes. 34 points for MP.
Well, you can see the team is just continuing to call his number. Until the defense figures it out, it ain't going to change.
Some changes. Toronto calls time here. Well, a lot of eyes focused on NBA officiating, but where their eyes are focused is also a topic.
Yeah, the league's able to track officials' position on the court and even tell where they're looking. And you cross-check that with the results and train them where to be and where to keep watching.
Here's Bailey. He's 9 for 14 in the game.
Boy, despite his efficiency, they just can't get over the hump.
They've got Dick and it's Shed in at the point guard position. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Back to MP. From downtown. Connects from downtown. MP's got 37.
Making his mark from long range today. That's his second triple of the half, his 5th overall.
Utah's got nothing to fall from outside the arc here in the 4th. 0 for 4. Here's Anderson. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Listen, that's a good shot for him. He just couldn't connect.
Second personal foul.
Free throw good, MP.
One of the things we love about MP is his appreciation for the history of the game, studying the former great players, weaving their strengths into his game.
Toronto making a switch here. Walters checked in. Now here's George. 1:52 left in the 4th. And Bailey gets it to go.
Yeah, this is how impactful Bailey can be. When he's cooking on offense, there's not a lot you can do to stop him.
And MP gets it to go on the assist by Dick. MP's got 41.
And since the halftime break, their offense has just been on another level.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about at the halftime. They have valued each possession.
Anderson gets the bucket.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Raptors.
And they got a huge boost from their reserves tonight.
Yeah, the point differential between the two benches was a deciding factor in this game.
And in the big picture, this marks their 43rd win of the year.
And with this one all but in the record books, they set the tone in the first of what will be only 2 meetings between these teams.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for MP.
We saw him get a lot of touches tonight, and he wasted very few of them. Really made himself the backbone of their offense.
And here's Markkanen. He'll bring it up for Utah. Jacks up a 3. Bobo with the rebound. Again, the Raptors good for 2 more.
They got a big lift from their crowd tonight, giving them the energy they needed.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
Now here's George. Markkanen from long range. Another miss by Markkanen. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. And he'll take a trip to the line for 2.